I love brunch. Oh, wow. And I love making it for my friends. And today, my dear friend Nate Burkus is stopping by, and I've planned an extra special menu just for him. I'm making milk chocolate croissants and almond croissants. And Nate loves French toast, so I've created this chocolate mascarpone stuffed French toast with strawberry syrup just for him. And we're gonna finish it off with a beautiful Ruby Royale. We're really putting dessert first today and having it for brunch. I'm Ann Thornton. I'm a professional pastry chef, so I'm constantly thinking about the sweetest way to end a meal. For me, it's got to be delicious, it's got to be made with love, and it's got to be easy. Whether I'm cooking in the restaurant or entertaining at home, I always put dessert first. The first thing we have to do is make our croissants, and I have a real simple solution for a normally pretty complicated pastry. You don't have to make the croissant dough from scratch. I'm using frozen puff pastry. This is a great time saver. And there's a couple of little tricks in this to make some mini cute croissants. I always have a kitchen ruler and a kitchen pair of scissors, and these are dedicated for working with puff pastry or pie crust in my house. So we want to measure this out. We're going to cut our sheet of puff pastry in half, about right there. Measure it out nicely, right in half that way, with a little pizza cutter. There we go. Move this guy over here. We'll work with him in a minute. And then we're gonna need about a 2-inch base because we're gonna be rolling in chocolate into our croissants and a delicious almond paste. So you just wanna use your ruler and kind of measure it out. This is such a great way to make these croissants because it makes it so much easier when you actually have a ruler to guide you through it. So you're going for kind of isosceles triangles, if you will. You'll see as you measure it out here. Just keep going, bringing it about midway. Perfect guide. Sometimes it's nice to use a clear ruler as well so you can see right through. And one more. They don't have to be exact, but we're just trying to get a nice clean line. Okay, now to get rolling. All we need, this is how easy this is, it's a little piece of chocolate. I like to use milk chocolate. Traditionally, croissants are done with semi-sweet chocolate, but I love milk chocolate, so this is a little different and really nice. Just roll it right in there. There we go. The first time I remember having, look how cute that is, a chocolate croissant, I was in Versailles with my mom and my grandmother and my sister. And we'd been in Paris and went to Versailles for the day. It was just such a wonderful trip. I think I was about 7 or so. And we went to this little patisserie, little pastry shop, if you will, and they had the most delicious pastries, and we bought almost everything we could. We had little quiches and chocolate croissants and almond croissants, and it was absolute heaven. And we brought them to a park, and we sat outside and we ate them, and it's still like one of my favorite childhood memories. I kind of get a little choked up when I think about it, just sitting there eating these delicious croissants. But I love it, and every time I make these, I think about them and I think about that day, you know? So this is my nice simple solution to this. I'm gonna make some almond croissants as well. So you're just gonna take a little bit of almond paste, about a teaspoon. And all almond paste is ground almonds with sugar. And if you wanna get super creative, you can combine the almond paste with your chocolate. So you could make a chocolate almond croissant also. So you can just have fun with this. Another nice thing about these mini croissants is you can also do savory ones. You can use a little bit of ham and cheese or some herbs on it and just roll it up, or just roll it up as it is. You could just keep rolling this. You wouldn't even need to fill it with anything. It would be absolutely delicious. My friend Nate, who's coming for brunch, he actually lived in Paris for a long time, and he speaks French beautifully. And this summer we were antiquing, which is one of our favorite things to do, to go to all these antique shops. And we walked in and I saw this chair and I fell in love with it. It was so gorgeous. And he grabbed my arm 2 seconds later and he was like, because we both fell in love with the chair. And the gentleman who owned the store was French. And next thing I know, the two of them are off in this world, speaking their perfect French. And I was just standing there. It was so funny. I just had no idea what they were talking about. But we left with the chair. So obviously he was negotiating, but it sounded much more sophisticated in French. And I just stood there not knowing anything and smiling. But it was a really good day. Last but not least, I'll do a chocolate and almond one. about 1/2 teaspoon of this one. There we go. I'm gonna keep this one for myself. Beautiful. So simple. And all we need to do now is use a little bit of egg wash. All this is a nice beaten up egg. I'm gonna brush this down. It's gonna give our croissants a little bit of color, some extra color, and it's also gonna work as an adhesive because we're gonna sprinkle them with some sugar. All right. All of them get some sugar. Oh, wow, this looks so pretty. All right, I need some almonds on the almond ones. Let me see here. About 3 almonds is pretty on there. Have fun. You can make these bigger if you'd like as well. They don't have to be this small, but I really like these tiny ones. I think they're elegant. And I'm just going to put 1 almond, so I remember which one it is, on the chocolate almond one. All right, these are all ready to bake. I'm gonna put them in a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes. Go. Oh my gosh, my almond and chocolate croissants are finished. They smell amazing. I definitely can't wait until Nate gets here to try these guys, so a little quality control. All right, which one do I want? Go with this one. It's a little bit smaller because I know I'm having some in a minute. So this is the chocolate one. Oh my gosh. It's so good, so flaky and just right with that melted milk chocolate. It's really different than normal chocolate croissants because it's got that delicious milk chocolate in it. And a little bit of sugar just adds just what you need. All right, now I need an almond one. That's my almond chocolate one. I'll save that one for later, so I gotta try these individually. This is so good and so easy. I'm not gonna finish those off just because I know I'm having more with Nate. And now I'm gonna get started on the strawberries for my strawberry syrup for my mascarpone and chocolate stuffed French toast. Nate is going to be thrilled.